This is Drag Race Hangover Podcast, your RuPaul's Drag Race recap show. What happened, who won, who wore what was she thinking, best outfits, and best taglines. We got you, girl. Hosted by nightlife guru Anthony John and on-air personality Alexander Rodriguez. Two queens talking about other queens. Shantae, we're gay. Oh my God, Shantae, we're gay.
We are so gay. You're gay?
Oh, so gay. Girl, what business do we have doing this podcast, by the way? Two queens talking about other queens. Who the hell are you?
Queenish. I'm not going to be calling myself a queen yet. Who am I? I'm Anthony. Who are you?
Hey, Anthony. Hey, girl. I'm Alexander Rodriguez. I'm a podcaster. I'm a lead writer for Metro Source, and so excited to finally be talking in public about our public opinions about Drag Race.
Yes, finally. And I'm Anthony John. You tagged me as a nightlife guru. That's your words, not mine. But I've been in nightlife for 10 plus years. I was in the adult industry for 10 plus years behind the camera. I worked for Drag for Fans, Just for Fans, and some other great lines. And just here to talk.
Well, and between us, we have either worked with, been friends with, or slept with most of these queens on this season. And, well, in the whole RuPaul world. Not naming any names. Lady G, hashtag Lady G.
Oh no, Ladybugs.
All right, so we just came off the very first All-Star episode where they just rearranged everything with lip sync, assassins, surprise guests, and whatnot. You actually watched it this morning?
I did. I watched it this morning. I got a message on my phone saying, it was like from VH1. And it's saying, catch, the season whenever you want type of thing. And I'm like, oh, cool. I don't need to watch it live. I could see it whenever. It must be a new thing. And we go to VH1, after the show has already been aired. And it's all of season 4 you want. I'm like, so luckily, I tried for hours last night trying to find something. And this morning it was there. And
well, and I'm quarantining with my mom in Orange County, California, and so we watch it live because it's a big excitement, and then it's over early enough that she can go watch Murder, She Wrote, watch her stories.
Murder, She Wrote?
But my mom is all involved, like with her opinions and all that, and I'm like, she's got some better one-liners than the actual queens themselves.
I bet.
All right, so we could literally call the first episode of All Stars Season 5, Episode 1, we could pretty much just call it Mama Drama, right?
Mama Drama. Mama made up drama, not really, but definitely some Mama Drama in there.
I don't know. There was it seemed like there was some tension. All right, so let's just talk about the introduction, the Queen's introduction into the workroom. First time we saw the Queens. In your opinion, who slayed, who decayed?
Let's see. I would say, India was actually pretty fierce, I thought. Even though, we'll get on to her later. But I think her look was amazing. I think she looked great. I love Angina. Every time she shows up, she looks like exactly what they said. She belongs on top of a Christmas tree. And she's also like this big. So I was just more excited on who was going to be on and seeing the mix of the old queens, because that's kind of like my OGs. I started watching it season 1 and watching Angina, and Juju was always like my favorite for years. So it was just fun to see all them on. But I mean, we all saw the Mayhem thing after the fact on her getting some cheap Amazon dress. But I wouldn't say that she was, I don't think she flayed. Did you say slay or flay?
Flayed or
I'm a little hungover.
I'm always up for a good fillet. No, slayed or decayed.
Decayed.
That's why it's called Drag Race Hangover, girl. And I'm feeling the feeling right now. Okay.
I'm trying. But I got a fancy glass for it.
You're so fancy. So the whole drama with Mayhem, and Mayhem is a friend of mine. Mayhem has done my other podcast many times. What I love about Mayhem, if you're especially in the Los Angeles area, she does the big main stage events, to thousands of audience members. But then she'll do a small Sunday brunch and really be intimate with the audience. You can catch her everywhere, and that's what I love. She's not like one to put on airs and be like, oh, I only do, big events or, how much, who's going to be there. Like, she's like all about the community. But the drama was that she bought like a $30 outfit, like you said, off of Amazon. And girl, during this pandemic, I've been buying stuff off of Wish. Sometimes it's hit or miss with Wish. $5.
Really? Oh, wow, That is a steal. You're all ready for the next season.
But sometimes it doesn't fit quite right. But she looked fine in it. I thought she looked great. It was red. It was shiny. I mean,
it's an afterthought. It's something that after the fact, we had some busy queen that said, I saw that somewhere. The only way anyone would have ever found that is some other bitch bought it. That's it. Some other bitch bought it because it's Amazon. There's 2 billion things on there. How did you know that was on Amazon?
Well, it's because all the queens are upset because now they can't wear it because people are going to know.
Yeah, exactly. There's $5 down the drain.
Yes. But on Mayhem's social media, she turned that around and she made it like, hey, this is who I am. Some queens can afford the big stylist to make all their fancy outfits, and some queens can have their talent speak for themselves rather than the outfit. If the outfit is talking louder than you, then there's a problem. $30 Amazon. So she really turned that around.
I mean, Blair St. Clair. Yeah. Again, I'm hungover. I noticed the glasses, the orange glasses that she was wearing, if you remember. And I do remember seeing those at DragCon New York last year. So they were in a booth.
I saw them at a Hot Topic.
Did you? But yeah, I mean, so.
So my initial, and I have to be honest, sometimes there's so many, like, season after season, and there's a spinoff in the Christmas episodes. Sometimes you forget who some of these queens are, especially if they're not doing like the major circuit. Yes. I can tell you, I didn't know about 3 of those queens. I was like, who? So when they did like the shades, like, oh, well, I'll give you a minute to Google. I kind of had to.
That was my favorite line.
And India was one of them. I was like, I don't remember at all.
Well, I lived in Vegas for 5 years, and so the Vegas queens for a minute there were they were all over RuPaul, and we had Coco, we had India, we had Derek Barry, and Frank Marino, from the Strip.
What's that queen doing right now?
Well, I think Derek Barry's searching for her job, is what she's doing with those stupid fucking one-liners. Anyway,
girl, not even curbside delivery. It's like, I'll drive right past that.
Anyway, but I was watching, and India was someone who was always in the scene at Piranha, and I always knew her as just being first friendly as hell, always there to get a cocktail for you or something like that. And she wasn't just the house queen. She was like, she had a full on legit job at Piranha. I mean, she was like Mama B at Piranha. Yeah. And whenever she would do a show, she fucking slayed. I mean, every time. I mean, she was, and what you saw from her is that high energy that I remember her doing. That head whip thing all the time. I would look at it and total baffle on the wig never came off. And she always looked amazing. She always looked fierce, always. And not just like a little getup. She did it every time I saw her week after week. So, but she always had that wait, what? She was on RuPaul? Like, you just had to take people's word for it. But so I'm glad she got it, kind of has a little bit of a second shot here. But then like the Derek Barry thing was there.
Tell me about the drama, since I didn't recognize India, and I love Piranha, by the way. That is the club to go to when you're in Vegas. But they mentioned some sort of... What?
There's one club.
No, bro. There's the other club that's open 24/7. I'm at 10 in the morning.
Yeah, quads. But I love it. I love quads. But yeah, no, I'm sorry. You were saying.
No, but what was the drama that they were talking about, that she took time away from drag and then she became all hateful on social media? Yeah. Spill the tea, because I don't know what they were talking about.
Well, I mean, I think this is a little older of a story now in Vegas life. I don't live there anymore, but it's not that everyone was Team Derek or Team India. It was never like that. I don't think people cared enough, to be honest. But there was definitely a very public way about India going about it. So like when she quit or was fired, whatever it was, she said she quit. She went public about it, and one of the first queens through the door, Queen lowercase, was Mackenzie, Nebraska, who's Derek's third, the throuple that he's throuple. And I knew Mackenzie for years prior, and either way, India was not shy about the professionalism of the show or anything. So called their names online. Basically, I remember her saying, "It looks like they'll hire anybody now." I remember India saying that, and it made me think. It's like I almost and I don't know. I don't write. I don't produce shows, but I almost think that that's probably what got India on the show this season. I mean, there was obviously there was going to be made, it was already organic drama brewed in, so the producer had to do less work. But India, I always saw her as she was very sweet. I saw her at DragCon recently. I went up to give her a hug, and she just beelined right past me, and I'm like, bitch, for years we did drinks and everything before you got sober. But
don't burn bridges, girl.
But I'm just like, what happened? So anyway, yeah, I almost think that by her going public and by her, paddling her feet in the water, making waves, kind of made Rue may have peeked up and went, oh, what's this? We got drama. We got a vocal queen. I remember her from season something. She was on my show, right?
I know the world was doing that.
And Derek Barry is. I don't know why. I mean, a very sweet guy. I love Derek Barry. I do. Very sweet. Very sweet.
Yeah.
And was always very nice and was always very kind and did that Britney thing like no one's business. And the old Share nightclub days in Vegas. But why is she on there?
Baby. But I'm glad for that drama though, because I thought the group was kind of lacking some chemistry. I didn't get like initial sparky spark. It's a very random group, to be honest, which I think is going to do well for this season. My first thoughts from the room, glad to see Angina. And Angina said something very interesting. It's like, part of it from day one, so much has changed in the drag culture, in performance, in being styled, in what's considered talent nowadays and all of that. So her coming into it so many years later has got to be rough, because not only is everybody younger, but there's a lot more at stake. Social media is a much bigger presence, and the show is a much bigger presence. So she definitely has a lot. If queens don't keep reinventing themselves and keeping up with the times, then they're going to have a tough time. And I think Angina, her look was amazing, by the way, but the rest of it was like,
yeah, that's what I thought too. Is like, did she change, or I don't know. I mean, we all loved her, but I mean, most people know. My boyfriend didn't watch the show when she was around. He was like a teenager, and so it's like. I don't know. I hold out for the OG queens, but
keep up, girls.
She's got a lot to keep up. A lot.
So I do want to talk about from the entering the workroom, Blair St. Clair. So, and my mom is a Blair St. Clair a fan, because she was so like prim and proper, and it was musical theater, and it was a different type of drag. I was really disappointed that Blair has gone through this whole transformation. It's like now she's trying to be at the cool kids table with a different look, a different vibe, and it doesn't come across as sincere. It's like somebody's like, okay, we need to restyle you to make you more popular, whatever. And it's like she's playing a part. Like, she's the musical theater queen, and she came across totally like trying too hard. It's like, that's not you, girl.
No,
and those lips were fresh plumped, by the way. Did you see those new lips?
Well, good. She came prepared. Yeah, you're right. But also, like, when I've seen her after the show, and I don't know her personally or anything, but I always saw her as she is definitely the beauty queen. She's turned into definitely the untouchable beauty in her eyes. And so again, I bring it up DragCon again because this is where I saw all of them in their doing their thing, not just like off stage. And I mean, you should have seen it. It was a fashionista, Barbie's closet, and she really was beefing up that beauty queen thing. So I think she's going to probably bring that into this. I hope she brings back some of her, of what you mentioned, like what she's known for. But she has in her back pocket. She could always bring it out.
Though? We've just come across or finished the season with Gigi Good, and now it's like she's trying to be Gigi Good, even though she was on the show before. You know what I mean?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Are they around the same age? Anyway.
Who knows? I don't think there's age when you're a drag queen. You don't even know because those bitches can hide it. They can tweak it. They can pull it.
I don't know. I'm seeing a little bit here from those earlier queens. No? Sorry.
Well, that's why they're wearing like the big necklaces. Okay, so which queen would you sleep with?
On this season?
Yeah.
Which queen would I sleep with? I don't know. Can I pass it to you and let me think about it? Who would you sleep with? Everyone. You would sleep with all of them. Which ones haven't you slept with? We'll start with that.
No. I would definitely have a cute cuddle time with Derek Barry, even though when he gets like pushed in a corner, his personality is not pretty. And he looked a little rough too. Did you see like there was a little wig peel, there was a little crust, look a little ashy. But Derek, he's such a little cutie. But Mayhem Miller, that booty, like if you have seen that booty in real life, girl, that booty is breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
That is that, yeah. No, I agree with you there. Yeah, Mayhem definitely.
Mayhem is someone you can sleep with, but then like go out and do happy hour with, and like talk shit about people. So it's the full package.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I don't know. I agree with you there. I would probably go with Blair. I don't know. He's a little Twinkie. That'll be fun. No
Twinkie. That's not even half a Twinkie. It's like a Twiggy.
Can I pick Ricky Martin? He
okay.
was there. Legitimately.
Yeah, let's talk about Ricky Martin. So the mini challenge kicked off right away, and then we got to see who our guest judge was, who walks in. But Ricky Martin, girl, he has aged. I think he's more handsome now than when he first. He looks amazing.
So good.
Do you think it's work? Or do you think it's just like
I don't care. I don't care. He's
like in his late 40s.
You know what? He's in it. Yeah, is he? Yeah, I guess so. But
yeah.
That menudo has ripened. No, he looks great. He's also, he's happy. He's married.
Brown don't frown, okay?
Yeah, right. I mean, it's Ricky Martin,
But he has 4 kids. Who can be happy with 4 kids?
Well, put them all in a separate wing of your Miami estate. I don't know. He just seems happy. And it was great because he seemed like almost nervous. No, he seemed like a little nervous just being there. Like in the beginning, I think he warmed up with on the panel. But at first he seemed very timid and kind of like holding back a bit, which I thought was like,
Interesting. I thought there was a definite energy. I thought he was just so excited to be a part of it. And it has to be weird watching the show season after season and actually being on the set. And with those queens, you feel like you got to be funny. And, his whole little bilingual read didn't quite land.
Yeah, well, except for one person, only one spoke Spanish, I think.
Well, yeah. But can we talk about Ricky Martin needs to fire his stylist, by the way.
Oh, what was the vest thing?
No, like that weird like Star Wars vest. But then even when he was in the workroom for the mini challenge, it was so baggy, and then he was wearing like New Balance tennis shoes.
Oh, I didn't look that hard. I was just looking.
I was looking up and down.
Really? Oh, again, Ricky, come as you are. I will take you in a baggy. I would take
as you are, where you are,
in socks and sandals. I don't care. It was cute though. I was watching with my boyfriend. He's a lot younger than me, and it was funny because he was watching. He's like, "Wait, so what is he? Is he a singer?" I'm like,
he didn't know.
Yeah, he didn't really know who Ricky was.
Time to go boyfriend shopping.
Granted, he probably was born the year that Living La Vida Loca came out. So
oh my gosh, don't even say that. I don't even say what year, how old I was. But he also did he was Versace.
The Versace, and that was the one thing that I said. I'm sure some of these queens just think no from home. No.
Well, again, and he did Evita on Broadway like 2 years ago when they had to lower all the keys so we could hit the notes. Whoop, shade.
Whoop,
Okay, so the mini challenge, I love that they started the mini challenge right away this season with the read. And of course, because I think they were beefing up the drama to add some energy and some dynamic. So all the queens had to read each other without not even 10 minutes to catch their breath. I love reads.
Yes.
How do you think that they do it? Do you think they give them a few minutes to write everything down and prepare?
They have
or do you think they just say go?
You know, I don't know how much this is scripted, to be honest. I have to think in my mind that it's all scripted. But you know, I'm sure they gave them time. You know, they give, you know, the Great Baking Show, they give them a day or two to think about it. You know,
they do? I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, I mean, for the final one, you know, they get to go home and they get to test it out a few times with their family. But no, I'm sure, you know, they probably said, oh, by the way, we're doing a read. Or the Queen's got to know, hey, this is the lineup. They know who the lineup is in advance, I'm sure. And they know they're going to have to do a read. So you might as well get some of the pointers down, which is shocking because some of them seem ill-prepared.
Very ill-prepared, and it was not good. Who won the mini challenge? Oh, it was a tie. It was Jujubee and Claire St. Blair.
Yeah.
Now, who do you think slayed? Who do you think decayed for the mini challenge?
Oh, I think Angina was definitely the biggest flop.
Tanked.
Not even tanked.
Oh my god! Like there has to be reads that you do on a normal basis, like "girl bunions for toes" or whatever. Like pull out those reads. It was embarrassingly bad.
Yeah, it was really, really bad. I think Blair St. Clair was I think she was the winner with the Google. You know,
that was funny.
She read India really well. Derek Barry read India really well.
That was so uncomfortable because the whole time he was reading, India's face did not move or respond. But did you notice RuPaul was shitting his pants?
Yeah,
laughing.
Yeah. I mean, it was. I did like them. And then Juju with Mayhem was great. You know, Juju with the Mayhem.
To me, that's like a well-scripted joke.
Yeah.
Like it had the beats win. Like that was hilarious. But I love when RuPaul laughs so hard at the reads because you know they're saying stuff that you know he and his production team or he and the other judges are probably saying behind the scenes. Is like, oh, this bitch. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Look at them teeth.
Okay, so runway. First thoughts from the runway.
Let's see, runway. I wrote notes, by the way, because there's no way I'm going to remember all these things. Now I'm trying to read my writing. I'm like,
I know.
Runway. Let me see real quick here.
And it was like a talent show, so it was like a runway talent show. So, but what's like a talent? Like a talent show to me means like you need to do like sing a song, juggle, do a dance. Stand-up comedy. So, like, the idea of a talent show, I felt like some of these queens were just doing what they do or have done over and over again. Is that really a different talent?
Well, I mean, we're seeing it. You know, you may have seen Mayhem do that a million times in a club locally because you're local with her, but I've never seen it. So, you know, I think Mariah Balenciaga was fun. She wore the white. She wore the white and the red. And I think, but honestly, it was dramatic, but I was looking at the faces of the queens, and to me, I almost thought they went, oh my God, red paint and a white dress.
That's what they were doing, RuPaul,
And Ru's like, she got paint on my fucking stage. You know, that's what I was kind of thinking.
And the audience, too. Like, it went into the audience.
Ricky's like, and I'm like, you know, I think, the pole dancing.
Okay, I want to ask Shay.
Shay.
How in the world do you make strip pole dancing boring? Like who?
It was kind of boring.
And
I think she was probably used to a spinning pole.
So the pole does all of the work?
Yeah, there's a spinning pole, so they kind of do all the work. But no, I looked at it, I'm like, okay, so she hasn't really gone up the pole at all, but at least she can go down on one.
And maybe because they were like butterflies. But you can even see like RuPaul gets that frozen kind of smile, like I have to be polite, but what the hell is going on?
No,
that was super boring.
I judges a lot with that, and they looked almost like, ooh, scandalous. I'm like, not so much.
No,
I mean, I think
boring.
It was pretty boring. I mean, Miss Cracker was classic funny. You know, she's always classic funny. I think she's got that kind of in the bag. I think Juju had that connection, that emotional connection, and she brought some seriousness to it where Juju's always just really funny, which I thought was nice to see.
Like the two actual singers were Jujubee and Blair St. Clair. I thought Blair did not do so well. I thought she was a little pitchy, a little tony, and it just
did she
feel
live?
I think she sang live because she had the earpiece in.
I think Blair sang live.
Yeah,
but
I don't think Jujubee was live.
Definitely did not sing. No, that was not live.
No. No, but Blair, I think, was live, but you have to give it to her. But again, it was like a pop kind of ballad where I think she's musical theater, so it sounded like, again, like she was trying. It didn't fit her voice. It just it
was weird.
It didn't fall right for me. You know?
Yeah, I wasn't a fan. India was that high energy that I mentioned earlier. Head whipping. But again, Derek, it's like I literally put what the living fuck. Like okay. That's what I wrote. So
let's talk about it. I mean, you do have to give him kudos for doing so many impersonations in a minute. But they were bad. Even his Cher was bad.
You call those impersonations? I was like,
girl, you can't impersonate talent.
Exactly. I'm like, oh yeah, look, you're impersonating talented people. No, to me, it's just like I feel bad because we're gonna see the Derek crying, the Derek trying to say over and over again backstage that he's trying so hard, to get out of this box. I'm like, watch Godfather 2. Watch it once. And there's one line that this is the life that we have chosen. Okay, you've chosen this life. You got to live with it. You did that. You did it, and you knew what you were doing. Okay, so live it. But that's why I don't know why she was on to begin with, honestly. And I'm not. And again, I hate to be an asshole about it because Derek is very talented. And blah 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 blah. But who did you know to get on the show? I mean, initially too. Plus, the name's the worst name I've ever heard. Derek.
I know. But I think.
Can we edit all that assholeness out? Yeah. I think we need to edit all that out. That was really mean.
No. But this is what viewers are responding to, and I think Derek needs like a good director to say we're gonna put you through camp for 2 weeks, and we're gonna work one-on-one on acting, movements, and all that. Because if you're gonna do Britney, perfect it and grow it. Like you said, pick that if you're halfway there. If you're halfway decent Britney impersonator, work on it. Work on your craft. Work on your makeup. Like I said, makeup looked. I mean, even the wig was like, I don't want to be here, and it was like, oh, it's coming off. And then the whole like, feel sorry for me. His speech didn't even make sense. It was like, people say be me, but I am me, but only when I'm me. So me. It was like Inception speech, a speech within a speech within a speech. I don't know what the hell.
I mean, I felt sorry for him. I was like, it was one of those watching his jokes, if you want to call them that. To me, again, I looked like you were setting yourself up to take over Frank Marino's spot on the Vegas Strip, which has been because that was Frank Marino's type of thing. Those stupid one-liners.
But he's talented and he does it well. Like who he's impersonating without having to say Lady Bunny. And is Lady Bunny like known well enough by mainstream?
God, yes. Oh God, yes.
No. But like mainstream.
But the mainstream. I think so. I think she's up there.
Right.
I mean, in terms of the world of drag, I mean, she's.
But like you're doing impersonation, like people know what Cher sounds like. Her Celine Dion sounded like a Charo impression, by the way. She made Celine Dion Mexican.
But I was looking at the faces of the judges, and I'm like, I felt embarrassed for her. Did you ever feel your face get red from someone else doing something stupid? You're like I was sitting on watching TV, just embarrassed. Like my face was like, oh God, please just break it to Britney. I would have done 2 of them. I went, I think I done it, and just go right into Britney. I would have done like, or like stage,
That's a really good suggestion, though. What if she had taken that? What if she did her talent as an impersonation? Because the best impersonation she did was Cher. What if she did like a 1-minute skit of Cher on the phone with Britney, and they were like having a fight or spilling the tea about somebody else? That would have been funny. I get whenever it's very rare outside of like Nina West or something that could really pull off the comedy on RuPaul. I haven't seen very many comedy queens. I mean, Bianca, obviously, but it's like the comedy queens to really nail it. I mean, it's just, to me, it was so uncomfortable and so out of character. And I don't think that's what the judges were saying when they say we want to see something else. That doesn't mean they want to see you
You know, it's like, no, that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for you to prove why you're there. And that's why I keep saying it. When they walked out on the preview commercial, when they all came out, I literally looked at it and said, that's the first one gone. There's no reason why you're there. I'm sorry. There is no reason why you're there. You're Britney Spears.
All right. So who was your top and who was your bottom from the runway talent show?
Runway talent show. Well, I'm going to say Derek, obviously, I would think is the bottom. The top. You know, I don't know. I think I would probably go with probably India. I mean, I don't know. I'm picking what they picked pretty much, but just because, I mean, I don't know. I mean, to me, at least, India, everyone who had to Google her in the beginning now know who India is. You know what I mean? And I'm trying to think who was the more memorable, though. Who would you say is the most memorable?
I thought Alexis Mateo, starting the show is really hard. I know I've done a show with Alexis and I've been backstage with her, and she is so professional. Not only did she represent the culture, she showed off her body. Huh?
You think? She shows off. Not only does she represent the culture, you think? Is there anything else?
Girl.
Is there anything else?
Well, no, I think like she gave it all of her full force. She's a little curvier than what we've seen her, and she was like, "Who cares? Here's my body. I'm not going to try to hide it. I'm going to give full force." Was she the top? No, but she added some spark and she set the show off right. As far as the top, I don't know. Jujubee was really understated, even with her entrance outfit. And even though that was a good song, it was just very understated. It was like, a talent show at the local community college, not, mainstream TV. I don't know who I would have picked for the top, but it's not India. And I think that they chose her just because of that drama.
Maybe. And that's what I mean is I really think that the two of them, this was the Derek and India show. I mean, when they were getting ready, when they were backstage, did you hear it from anyone else about anything? No, it was just them. And I think the producers did that on purpose. Put them on. I think the mistake was getting rid of one too soon. We could have let that boil. But yeah, it was their show the whole time. And I think it's sad that I'm sitting here trying to think about who would I put up top there. But it's sad because this is All Stars. I should have someone right off the bat. And it wasn't because they were all amazing. It was because they were kind of, and when, I know we're going to get to it, but when Evie walked out, it was like, oh, here we go. Because, I mean, you can't get your eyes off of her. And we'll get there, but.
No, but let's talk about it. So the lip sync assassin, which I think is such a great.
Oh my God, I love it. I love
element.
it.
I have to tell you, I was a little disappointed in Evie's outfit, entrance. No,
I mean that was first. She's walking into a show that she's not on, so she's got to come in and she doesn't have the excitement, the energy to drive, to want to be the best.
She was the winner last season.
I know she was, but she was winning off of. I guess she did some pretty fierce stuff last season, but she's Evie Oddly. So she could just kind of twirl around and do her thing and do the reveal. And she takes the song and she made the song Living La Vida Loco and she was doing the crazy thing, So I mean, she had a reveal with even the sunglasses were a reveal. I mean, so it's like at least she brought it, and they all know what the song is going to be in advance, So it's you have time to plan this. And to me, if at this stage, it's sad to say, like it used to be the death drop, was it? Death drop. You're doing the death drop, you get it. Do a fucking reveal. Everyone should have a reveal ready to go because everyone loves the reveal.
I totally agree.
Like if you don't have it, then I don't care if you flick an eyelash. I don't care. Do something. But I think, that whole lip sync. What are they? They're not even calling it lip sync for your love. Yeah, they are so.
No, it's lip sync for your.
But their
legacy.
Legacy, yeah, they're still saying that. I was thinking, did they change that also with the rules? No, but they had. I think that was amazing. I think they were both amazing. It almost seemed like they were choreographed. I mean, when she did the twirl and slid into Evie's legs, that was pretty fucking fierce. You know, that was pretty fierce. And they were doing it, and they, you know, she would do a slam death drop. But Evie is just, to me, whenever she's around, your eyes just, to me, my eyes automatically go to her. I want to see what she's going to do because I know she's going to do something. You know?
Yeah, like she twists her body and does the cartwheels. So, and I even wrote this down. Why do the judges always act surprised and astounded when somebody does a death drop? That's like, I want them to win without resorting to a death drop because everybody does it. It's lost its charm. It's lost its power. And then they all act surprised, like, oh my God, a death drop. Like, bitch, really? Everybody
it's like EDM and the drop. You know, when they drop, we all know it's coming. We all know it's coming, but yet you could pack Las Vegas Speedway at EDC and there's 100,000 people going, because it's not about that it's coming, it's when you use it. You know, it's when do you use this? Are you using this as a last resort because you can't get anything else from them? Or are you doing it at a point of the performance that makes sense and gets your body from here to here for that moment, just like a DJ would or someone would, that you have to be able to. And so I say, let it keep going. I've gotten plenty of drunk and tried to do death drops and live in hotel rooms in front of friends. Oh God. Yeah. That's another story.
That way.
No, I mean, it was Folsom a few years ago. Believe it or not, Folsom. We're all in leather gear and being dirty, kinky all day. And we end up in a hotel room that was not big enough to dance in with like 10 people. And Anthony decides, I'm going to learn the death drop now. And I did it maybe 30 times in a row. Just poof, poof, poof. I could not walk the next day. Like, I was so dead. I'm like, how do they do it? They're like, they do it once and they've got a foot of padding on their hips, girl. Like, what are you doing? You've got handcuffs and chains on your side. Like, what are you doing? Oh God, those were the days.
The only death drop I do is when I fast right before Pride. That's not a death drop.
Yeah, well,
I think Angina should have gone home. She didn't even really lip sync during her talent.
Again, she was, you always get those episodes where one of those, they're just saved. They're overlooked, because of the catastrophe that is, And I think I'm being really mean to Derek this time around. And I feel bad because Derek's one of the few people that I could say, like, I've known. We're not friends or anything, but I've always been so sweet. And I kind of feel bad that I'm being so hard on him. But I mean, this is All Stars. And I think they should be held to an extremely high standard.
I totally get it, and they've had more time to prepare. I'm confused.
I'm like, there's so many queens out there, but I think they did a really well job balancing it out. At first, when I first saw it, and there's like, there's what? How many season 10 queens are there? 3? 2, 3? I think there's Miss Cracker, Mayhem, right? And who else? Anyway, I was looking at it going, wow, it's really... Well, I was looking at it going, wow, it's kind of heavy with this. And that's, to me, not that long ago. And I'm like, okay. Yeah. And they mixed in some of the older queens. But now that I'm looking at the whole thing, it's really nicely balanced in terms with how, when these queens were around or who they are. But I don't know. I think maybe the first episode was just kind of like this. It's kind of like, it's all right. It'll get better.
Yeah. I hope so, and you're right. They should have kept that drama going because that fueled my fire. Now, who do you think some of the future lip sync assassins are going to be?
I hope they're all queens, like all chicks.
I was thinking they were going to do like pop star guests, and I didn't think that they were going to be all RuPaul girls.
Oh no, they have to be queens. You can't throw a pop star in that.
I would like it. So. I don't know.
Okay. I don't know, who? I mean, Shakira doing a death drop. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, but looking at the judges, I it can't be any worse than Celebrity RuPaul. It's at least the lip sync assassins are lip sync assassins.
Yeah.
And I think they got it started off right because I think it set the standard. Oh shit, they're bringing out some winners, but there was plenty of queens in the past decade plus that didn't win, but they can assassinate,
Definitely. So, I just hope we don't see I hope Hallelujah stays home this season. Like,
oh yeah, well, take a break. She's busy. She's busy. She's in Branson, Missouri. She's in Branson.
Yeah. And you know what else I think? I think for All Stars, they should get a whole different panel. Keep Michelle Visage, but they need different judges because we've gone through Celebrity, we've been through a regular season, so it's like I want a different dynamic with the judges because it's the same kind of one-line setup, beat, one-line setup, beat, and it doesn't really have an organic kind of energy. I think that they should do all different judges except for Michelle Visage because I think she keeps RuPaul anchored and like real.
Yeah, I mean, I would say like, yeah, I mean, Carson. I mean, God bless Ru.
Did you see those Mr. Magoo glasses that he had? Girl, his stylist lied to him.
He is the stylist. That's why he's on this show.
He needs some clear eye for the straight cut.
Oh. No, I mean, I do love Carson. I do love Carson, but I mean, if it wasn't for this show, I mean.
I'm keeping my lips shut. But let's get some new dynamic. I would love to see younger judges, or maybe judges that are queens from the past season. You know, since they're bringing back lip sync assassins, I would love to see the judges been on both sides of it, knowing what that is. You know,
they've been pulling out a lot of old queens lately. Also, this last season, they had a lot of like cameos and
exactly, which I love.
Especially, and I do love that. I really do love that, and I almost love it more than some of the celebrity guest judges that they have. Because I mean, the minute they have a celebrity guest judge that's a singer, you already know what the friggin' song's going to be.
Yeah.
Like, and that kind of annoys me.
What song of theirs from 10 years ago so they could pay for the rights?
10? Bitch. I think I was in high school when that song came out. That's 20 plus years ago. You know, and it's cute. But as soon as it came on, I looked at my boyfriend like, see, that's what he sang. That's what he sang. That's the song. That's it. And he's like, oh. My mom loves this song.
You guys, it's playing on K Earth 101, which is the oldest station out in LA.
Hey, listen, he could play me fucking Billie Holiday. I don't care what Ricky Martin spews out of his lips. Well,
girl. All right,
some of it better be staying in his lips.
Don't miss the drop. Who do you think is going to be in our top winners for this season?
Oh, it's too soon. Too soon.
You think?
I mean, I heard early on that, you know, I've heard like spoilers early on some that last long, but I don't want to repeat. I'm not going to repeat because first, I don't think it's real. The sources aren't great. But let's see, who would I want to see? I would definitely want to see a Juju up there. I do love Jujubee. She was one of the first.
Though, like I said,
she was. I know, but it's let her warm up, girl. They're old bones. Got to warm up.
Hey, you said it. It's All Stars. There's no time to warm up.
It is All Stars. But you know, the thing with these older queens definitely is they need to remind the younger crew, like we already mentioned it, kind of, sort of. Yeah. And I think Juju has it more than Angina. Angina's smiley and sweet as can be, and God love her, but I don't think she's gonna last too long. Shay, I think, is probably up there. I mean, you know, she came close to winning already. She came in second? Was it second?
Yeah. Yeah.
In season 9. So I mean, as long as there's no roses or flowers or wigs coming off, I think Shay is probably going to be up there. She's just, I mean, she's so fierce. You know, she's so fierce, and she is so on point. I don't know. You like Alexis? Yeah. Alexis.
I like her, but she doesn't quite fit with the rest of the, you know, the whole environment. Even when I saw her backstage, she doesn't really get involved with like all the drag queen like drama or that kind of stuff. Alexis.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I think she does a good job, but something's not clicking for me. I think Angina's going to go home super early. I think Blair St. Clair, if she drops her ego a little bit, I think she'll last a long time. But these queens got to bring it some more just to make it interesting. Because without that drama, it would have been like, oh, how nice. It would have been like the
exactly, and that may have been something that the producers looked at and said, "Uh-oh, what do we do here? Oh, let's just bring these in and make it happen." I don't know, but some of it. I mean, when Shay was asking the questions, you know, in the dressing room, and she was asking the questions like, "What do you think about this new rule change?" It seemed very scripted, like word for word, scripted. And I'm like, okay,
some of those queens are not good actors.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I'm like, oh well, not acting off her checklist of things to do. But yeah, I don't know. I think Juju could probably pull something out. Shay definitely. Alexis has multi-talents. I mean, the Puerto Rican queens, you know who the Puerto Rican queen is from a mile and a half away. Yeah. I mean, you just know who they are. They're very, very proud queens. And that's great, but I've seen it so many times from Puerto Rican queens. And I know, and I love the Puerto Rican. I've said it a million times. If I died and was reincarnated, I would want to be a Puerto Rican. Like, no doubt. And that's not just because my sister dated a guy named Juanito when I was like 8, and I'm like still oogling over it. It's
the best in bed. Hello.
No, but honestly, the most proud, energetic, loving, dance, shake, cook, eat, drink, fun, dance party, block party. I love him. But it's like, okay, I see it. I get it. I hope you can bring me more to it.
Okay.
But she's also very, 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 she's very talented. So she's going to bring it.
Yeah. And you heard Derek say, all rules are off. I might be back. I would love for them to bring her back as a lip sync assassin to go against India doing a Britney song. Wouldn't that be amazing?
Can they afford a Britney song? No. I mean, yeah, I guess. But I don't know.
That's the drama that I want. Okay. What did you learn for your own personal life from this week's episode?
Next episode of this, I'm asking you all the questions. Okay. Repeat that.
What did you learn from this week's episode for your personal life? Or what was your big takeaway?
My big takeaway. Let's see. Don't dance on a pole if you're taller than the pole. God, don't make impressions of more talented people. Don't get red paint on the carpet, girl. You're gonna get stared down by Mama Ru. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot. I mean, I don't know. There's a lot. Right. What about you? What did you learn?
I learned that Pig in a Wig is not the name of a musical.
There it is. Oh, Pig in a Wig. That was a good one.
Pig in a Wig.
Pig in a Wig. We saw that somewhere else. Wasn't there something else that said Pig in the Wig? It seems like that's a familiar one.
No. It wasn't a pig in a wig. It was shit in a wig. And that was Lea Michele. Remember?
Okay.
I guess, yeah. Oh, God. She has been running through the calls this week. All right.
That's
so that has been our first episode recap. We're going to be watching the show every week, and we're going to be talking about it just like we did. And I'm sure it's going to get more heated, and we're going to see a little bit more. Anthony, where can everybody find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Mr. Anthony John, Mr. Anthony John. It's the same on Facebook. Anthony John Presents on Facebook. Twitter, Mr. Anthony John.
Fabulous.
Where can we find you?
So you can find me on Instagram at AlexanderIsOnAir. You can also catch my weekly podcast where I drink with your favorite celebrities on OnTheRocksRadioshow.com. And of course, here we're going to be recapping every week.
Every week.
All right, and we're going to have to mix it up with some mimosas. But this is definitely East Coast versus West Coast because you're in New York and I'm in Los Angeles.
I am in New York, and we're going to be doing a Saturday morning show from New York. And if you know me well enough, that's not going to be easy. I may not sleep in some of them, in other words. And I'm looking to travel a little bit, so the background will change. I'll try to keep you up to date.
All right, and everybody, you can send us your comments, what you like, what you don't like, at dragracehangover@gmail.com. And I think we're going to be bringing on some guests from the RuPaul world in some of our future episodes.
I think so too.
All right, Carl. Until next week, Anthony.
Next week.
Be good.
You don't. You be you.
You be you. Pig in a wig.
I'm getting a cocktail. I need a hair of the dog. Get us out of here.
That was your Drag Race Hangover. Catch all of our episodes at dragracehangover.com or your favorite podcast player. Follow us on Facebook and YouTube, Drag Race Hangover, and on Twitter at Drag Race Ho. Enough said. Until next time, sashay away.